The investigators' report said a short circuit had blown up the gas tank. I finally gave up. After the funeral, I went back to work at the crime squad. Tony went back to his routine business. He was fond of unhappy endings. He said they were best because they were the most lifelike.
But Tony made a mistake that was almost fatal. He was so determined to get revenge that he decided to kill Audrey.
Tony couldn't kill a New York cop. His friends in high places would never stand for that. But he'd come to the conclusion that Audrey was responsible for all his problems, and that Penny had certainly told Audrey what was in the file that had been burnt in the blazing car, along with his wife.
Tony.
She drowned in the swimming pool of her apartment building. The cops, corrupt as always, took an hour to determine that the drowning had been accidental. But Molly had seen the killing. From time to time she went swimming with Audrey, and she was there in the shadows that day. And she saw the killing. And we had a witness finally for one of the latest murders in a series of murders. But from that moment, Molly became the girl who had to be eliminated.
They asked me to look after little Molly until she could appear on the witness stand to identify Tony and his accomplices, and offered me the investigation. Tony and I had an old score to settle.
To protect Molly, before the lineup, the police decided to make her disappear with a fake ID at the other end of town.
But I refused. It was too risky to keep Molly in New York. Paulie was sure to find us in the end. We hid upstate in a house lost in the woods. She seemed terribly scared. From time to time, she got up, pulled the drapes aside an inch, and peered out the window. She went right on jumping at the slightest sound.